So there's this relationship between Japan and Spain, and Awakamaya Prefecture, where Kumano Kodo trek takes place, the pilgrimage, and Galicia in space, they formalize a sister road agreement on October 9th, 1998, acknowledging the values that they share together between the Kumano Kodo and the Way of the St. James pilgrimage routes, which leads to the three shrines of Kumano and the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela equally. So if anybody wishes, they can do both pilgrimages and be a dual pilgrim. And the Way of St. James, it's only 10,755 kilometers. So this is an incredible man that saved me last night. He saved me from the darkness of the night.
No.
Forever grateful.
This is usual volunteer work.
Volunteer. In this Kumano district, Yatagarasu, it's a sacred crow, are said to be the messenger of God. It is also said that their three legs mean three Kumano clans, Ui, Suzuki, and Onamoto. The crow is generally seen as a bird of evil omen. On the other hand, because of its excellent sense of direction, it is considered as a guide to unknown lands or a messenger for remote places. In the Japanese myth, we can find the story that when the Emperor Jimmu came up to Kumano and lost his way in a deep mountain there, Yatagarasu showed him the way. Just like I found my way to my accommodation last night through coming across this incredible stranger who helped me. After my visit to the second shrine of my pilgrimage, Kumato Hayatama Taisha, I wanted to nourish myself, and I came across that little restaurant that closes soon, and it smells delicious, homemade kind of smell. And I ordered buckwheat noodles with some nori. And it's a beautiful, cozy little place, and you can feel love and door. There's a toilet. I opened this door. There's a bathtub, and I'm like, do I sleep here? But then I saw looks like a closet door, and I found my room. I think my fatigue is catching up with me. But this is my room, and let's see the view. The view on the water. Wrapping my day 4 at the national park and the onsen, as you can just see behind the bushes, keeping the ladies' privacy there. And I'm just gonna soak my body in hot springs and let the body rest, because for the past 4 or 5 days my body has been doing what it loves to do. Hello, this is Wandergirl. My Kumano Kodo pilgrimage continues via Nakakechi route. Today it's the end of day 4, and I would like to share with you some of my glimmers and experiences. I woke up super early in Yunomino onsen area, and as the city was waking up, there was nobody but a lonely man that had a little net like that with some eggs that he carried to a little area of a hot spring that it's meant to for cooking the eggs. And it's a common thing that people do. They buy eggs, they cook them, and they eat them, and they call them onsen eggs. So I got myself those 2 eggs, and as I was about to cook them in a hot spring, I looked at my phone, and I realized that I don't have any time. And then I saw my bus approaching, and because it's Sunday, it's probably one of the few buses that was able to take me to the Kumano Hongu Taisha, the most important shrine of and a place of Kumano Kodo pilgrimage. So for a second, I was like, egg, shrine. So I grabbed the eggs and I ran after the bus. I've been carrying them all day, and they're still intact. Hopefully I'll be able to boil them somewhere here before I continue tomorrow. I said goodbye to the place where I stayed and the grumpy man, and I don't think he's grumpy. I think I was the one who was grumpy yesterday because it was such a long day. Over 35,000 steps and many hours of trekking. I was tired, so I think I was projecting my emotions on him. He's probably there 24/7, and whenever anybody needs anything, they ring a bell, and he needs to help people. So I entered the Kumano Hongu Taisha, and it was a very powerful experience. But I wanted to tell you about purification. You may be familiar, or you may have seen that in front of some of the temples, there would be a basin or a vessel of water, and they would be big spoons or ladles, and then you would see people washing their hands. So there are actually steps to do it, and I'll do my best to do justice. So you stand in front of the basin, and you pick up the spoon in your left hand, and you wash your right hand. So you wash your right hand after you pick up some water from the basin. You wash your right hand. Then you switch your hands and you wash your left hand. And the washing, it's symbolic. You don't actually have to wash it. It's more of cleansing your hands. Then you switch the ladle again, and you pour a little bit of water to clean your mouth. And then what you do is you clean the ladle with the remaining of the water, and you put it back. Anybody that knows that ritual before entering the shrine, they would practice, and it's called Temizaya ritual. Also, as I entered the shrine, there was a way of worshipping at Shinto shrine. And you walk along the side of the path towards the torii gate. You do not walk in the middle, because the middle, it's a place for gods to walk. And as I entered the torii, approached the torii, I would bow once at the torii gate. Then inside the shrine, there would be a number of places for offerings. Saisen Bako. It's the name for offering. And there was also a way of praying and offering, and I'll tell you the steps. In the videos, you will probably not see inside of the shrine because it's the sacred place. And there would be many signs that would say, please, no photography, respect how sacred the place is. So as I entered, for example, Kumano Hongu Taisha, I entered the area where people worship, and I had coins ready. Usually you would be using a 5 yen coin. It's called Goen, I think, and it sounds the same as good fortune. So you approach the place of worship respectfully. And the first thing that I did, I would toss the coin into a little container. And then there would be a big rope with a bell, and I would shake the rope and ring the bell. And this is as to wake up the gods and goddesses. And then I would bow deeply twice, like 45-degree, 2 deep bows, and then 2 claps. I would lower my head and pray, and after I finish praying, I would bow again, and I would repeat it at every place of worship. I've met in the videos, you may have seen that I had a chance to meet Mr. Kanjiro-san and thank him, and that was a wonderful experience. He was wearing a beautiful white robe, the kindest man, the sweetest man, with little English that he knew. We talked on and off for half an hour. He told me about his wife, who's presently in Germany, and I think she's taking care of her mom, who has a sick heart. And we were using English. He was using some Japanese words that I didn't understand. But then at some point when he was talking about his mother-in-law being sick, he used the word kranken. I think it may be a German word. So somehow I was able to understand so much. He told me that he loves what he's doing, working at the shrine, volunteering. He also has goats. He raises and takes care of goats while his wife travels the world. So I said thank you, and I said goodbye. And this experience of hitchhiking and him helping me out will be forever in my heart. Part of the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage, you would see symbols of crows everywhere. And I've been intrigued by crows for the longest time. And even my son, Jack, he would also be fascinated by these beautiful birds. So in Kumano Kodo, crows are divine. They are divine because they are known for guidance, protection of all the shrines and all the travelers. So they're called Yatagarasu, as a sacred messenger. And I think there is a little video that I talk a little bit about the crow. As I was leaving Kumano Hongu Taisha and walking down the stairs, there was a young woman with 3 children, and the little girl, she was so cute, and the mom, we made an eye contact, and the mom would point to my backpack and say, my daughter likes Stitch. And I'm like, oh, I like Stitch too. But then something told me to take off my backpack, unhook the Stitch, and give it to a little girl whose name is Hannah. And the mom was like, no, no. But it brought me joy to give something to a little girl. And we chatted a little bit. She had 3 kids with her. One was 7-month-old baby. And there was just this cool energy about it. So the little girl, she was like, I guess surprised, but I was happy I could do that. But before that, we actually met as we were walking down the stairs. There was this huge snake on the grass, and we stood there just watching that snake kind of making its way out. And normally I'm freaked out by snakes, but for some reason it felt kind of sacred to see that snake. Then as I left the Kumano Hongu Taisha, I walked towards Otori of Kumano Hongu Taisha, which is this massive torii, massive gate. And it is the largest torii in Japan. It marks the entrance to the sacred area of gods. And it's 33.9 meters tall, 42 meters wide. And as I mentioned, it stands on the original site where the shrine was built. But in 1889, there was a flood that destroyed the initial Kumano Hongu Taisha, and the shrine has been moved to an area higher up to protect it from the flooding. And in 2000, this huge, massive, beautiful torii was erected, and it's surrounded by beautiful fields of grass or rice. It's just so beautiful and green, and I included it in my video earlier. Passing under that torii symbolizes a crossing from human world into the spiritual realm. And that was beautiful. Yeah. After when I left, I walked some. I took a bus, and I ended up in another shrine, and spent some time there as well. It's the second is the second of the 3 shrines that are part of the pilgrimage. And I'm just gonna grab something. So that second shrine that I visited today, it's Kumano Hayatama Taisha. I repeated the rituals of cleansing and worshiping, walked around the shrine, prayed, contemplated. There was this beautiful tree, super old and sacred, and the tree, it symbolizes peace. So being in its presence, it's an opportunity to pray for a better world, for humanity to appreciate each other. I wanted to make sure that I don't miss my connection and arrive at my stay at a decent time. But I had a little bit of time before catching another bus, so I went into this restaurant and I had the best buckwheat noodles with nori, and the kindest people cooking and working there. And I did include it in my video. On Google Translate, I just expressed my gratitude, and when I read it to them, they were happy, they were laughing and smiling, and the little lady took out an old point and shoot camera, and she asked me if she can take a picture of me. So I was touched by that. It was so sweet. And eventually I got to my last stay of this pilgrimage. I'm in an area called Katsura, which is where I'm staying. It's a part of the national park, and it's slowly an ending route of my Nakahechi trek. As I was, and the scenery is changing. So today there was more of villages, little towns, taking baths by Kumano River, seeing some people bathing themselves in the river. And as I was walking to the little onsen where I was staying, the big black butterflies would accompany me, and there was a little bit of a information center which had exhibits, and I've learned that the butterfly, it's called the red helen. Yes, and I've also discovered that in the forest nearby there are those tiny little mushrooms that glow in the dark, but right now it's too hot for them. So I hope I included the picture of glow-in-the-dark mushrooms because they are so cool looking. And I remember Nomad telling me that if anything glows in the sea world, that means that you stay away, because that's kind of a way to protect themselves. And I'm thinking maybe the same with those glow-in-the-dark mushrooms, probably not edible. So I think so much has happened in the past few days, but I'm gonna go and get some sleep, maybe wake up in the morning and have a spring bath, hot spring at sunrise, and explore the last of the 3 shrines, Kumano, Nachi, Taisha. Grateful for today, and with this, over and out.